What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Being the Odds. It is Friday, January 10th, 2025, and we are back with our best bets of the day. We're going to recap a nice day. We went 4-2 yesterday. Absolutely love to see it. We have Penn State Notre Dame reaction. I told y'all on Twitter I was going to recap it on the video today. I'm still dead inside, but you're going to see that here in a minute. We also have a nice slate for you guys today. We have picks for the college football playoff. We have an NHL play, college basketball play. NBA plays obviously are going to come later on, the pinned comment below. But let's recap yesterday's results real quick. 4-2 day. Absolutely love to see it. Penn State money line, L. Just sad. I'll talk about that here in a minute. Over 234.5, Toronto and Cleveland. Nice win. Suns minus 6.5. That was a win. We waited to bet these plays. I put them out on Twitter. I threw them on the pinned comment here on YouTube. And we went 2-0 since we wait a little bit. Every time we wait on plays, we win. So I don't know what to say. Rutgers, I just can't stop betting them. I gotta stop betting Rutgers. If I bet Rutgers next time, chat, just roast me, please. Then we had the under 6.5 in New Jersey and New York. That was a win. We had the under 6.5 New York and Vegas as well. That was a nice win. Overall, we will take it. We will take a 4-2 day all day long. And we have, like I said, a few plays for you guys here today. But if you haven't already and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And like the video. We had a 4-2 day, so I think this video deserves a few likes here, so hit me up with that. And guys, for those of us who have been long-time subscribers, thank you guys so much for your love and support. It means a ton, especially on a day after getting roasted by Penn State last night. So, and let's just get into it. Let's just talk about it. On the road to 15,000 subscribers, we're on the road to 15,000 subs. I'm excited to have y'all here. Let's go win together. Let's go make some money. But let's talk about Penn State Notre Dame. I said on Twitter I was gonna react this on the video today. For those guys who don't know, I'm a huge Penn State fan. I'll just say this. I'm dead inside after last night, man. This was one of those ones where, we let one get away. Drew Aller, I'm going to start with a few things, right, for this game. First off, I want to say this. Notre Dame, congrats. Great game. They played that second half. I shouldn't say great game. Great second half. Marcus Freeman outcoached James Franklin, top to bottom. Wasn't even a question. Marcus Freeman was way better. I don't even know what to say. The team was worse. Notre Dame was worse than Penn State, but the coaching was just, it was a level above. Great for Marcus Freeman, man. But I'll just say this. A couple of takeaways after losing yesterday. First off, we have no one to blame but ourselves for Penn State. Zero. And specifically Drew Aller. I don't know if you guys have seen that verbal meme, or that meme, right? Where it's like, we gotta stop, it's from Vince Vaughn. It's like, hey, we gotta stop pointing fingers. You're a problem. That's Drew Aller. And Drew Aller is the problem here. And by the way, it's a pattern now. That interception he threw, and I just want to say this, the interception that Drew Aller threw, I racked my brain. I did some research last night. I stayed up late into the night last night, just doom scrolling. But what I looked at, I was trying to find a worse interception, NFL or college, in a big spot. So I'm talking like NFC, AFC Championship, Super Bowl, even a divisional playoff for the NFL. And for college football, I was looking for the college football playoff for like a Rose Bowl or something like that. I was trying to find a worse interception in a worse moment. And the only one I could find in the last, I'm not joking, by the way, 16 years was the Brett Favre interception against the Saints in 2009 when the Saints went on to go to the Super Bowl. Those of you guys who don't remember, it was the exact same throw. Brett Favre rolled out left, threw it back right, got picked off. Saints get the ball. They go and kick a field goal. Game over. Luckily, I was rooting for the Saints in that game. I was like, God, I was 13 or 14 then. But to say that this was a disappointment is really something. And by the way, it's a pattern now for Drew Aller. First off, he missed the throw to Singleton. I understand people are going to give Nick Singleton a ton of shit for dropping that ball on the goal line, but that ball was at his knee. He was running away from it. It's a very difficult catch, and that's an easy throw for Drew Aller. That's a 8-yard pitching catch. If he's really a top NFL prospect, that's an easy throw to make. Then you have, by the way, then let's just go backwards. What was the last big game Drew Aller played? The Big Ten Championship against a legit team. How did the game end at the Big Ten Championship? It was Penn State. It was Drew Aller throwing an inexcusable interception to Oregon. It wasn't as bad as the one he threw last night, but it was a bad throw, interception, game over. And by the way, Penn State had all the momentum, all of it. If we go into overtime tied last night, we have all the momentum, and Drew Aller just threw it away. And then let's think about what was the last big game before the Big Ten Championship? Oh, wait. It was against Ohio State in Happy Valley. What happened? We had 4th and 1. We had 4th and goal from the 1. 3 separate times. I think we left with 3 points. He threw He threw an interception at the goal line. That was a problem. And it was 4th and 1 with 5 minutes left. We couldn't get it across. And guess what? He threw a horrible incompletion. It was a bad throw. It gave our receiver no chance to get the ball. Drew Aller's a problem. But the thing is, when it comes to Drew Aller, like my question for y'all in the comments and the chat, man, it's like, what the hell do we even do? Like, who do you get? I mean, if it were me, I would try to get Bo Perbula back and tell Drew Aller to fucking transfer. But, I mean, like, seriously, I mean, the fact we didn't have him last night was a big deal because he did in the transfer portal. But, God, I mean, Drew Aller, man, I don't know what you do to say that he was... And, by the way, we got announcer cursed so hard last night by Greg McElroy. I'm not sure if y'all heard this. I'm going to quote really quick. I'm going to quote what he said last night. When they're talking about when Penn State got the ball back with 47 seconds left, and I quote, "I'm aggressive. For the most part, all season long, his whole career, Drew Aller's made good decisions. He has 50 touchdowns, only 9 career interceptions. It's not likely a guy that's going to put the ball in harm's way. I trust him. I would empower him." Greg McElroy. And then 2 plays later, pick. Just throw the ball away. I don't even know what you're doing. And by the way, for those guys who say, well, you can't play armchair quarterback. I did play quarterback when I was in 3rd grade. 3rd grade through 8th grade, actually, by the way. And guess what you do? Guess what you're taught as like an 8-year-old? Don't throw across your body. Don't throw late and over the middle. And Drew decided to be like, no, I'm him. And here's the thing. Abdul Carter, Tyler Warren, Singleton, Allen, these guys, they deserve better than this. They straight up deserve better than this. This is ridiculous. And then we go to the man of the hour, James Franklin. What do you, second man of the hour, Drew Aller's really the man of the hour, but whatever. James Franklin, what do you do about him? Like, personally, I'm just saying from my perspective, I have no clue what you actually do about James Franklin. I don't know. Because he can't win big games. The only game he's won in the top 10 was against Ohio State in 2015, I think it was. And it was when we blocked the field goal, ran back for a touchdown, no time left. Awesome game. I watched it live. It was sick. But that was the only game against a top 10 opponent that he's won. I don't really know what you do about him. I don't think we're going to win big games with him. But then the other question comes is like, okay, well, let's say you fire James Franklin because the dude can't win the big one. Who do you replace him with? Like, if you actually look at like the guys who you could replace him with that fit Penn State, I mean, Tyler Drinkowitz from Missouri might be good. You can maybe lure Shane Beamer. Lane Kiffin's not going anywhere. I mean, there's no one to like get that's better. I mean, that's the problem. Is like if you get rid of James Franklin, like maybe you could say Lincoln Riley. But Lincoln Riley's like, he's not a fucking cold weather guy. Like that just isn't it. Like I just don't really see who you get that's better. I mean, maybe you recruit better. You have some NIL. You get better players, and that's how you go. The only thing I can think of. And this one's nuts. And again, I'm not saying I would want this, but if you did fire James Franklin, the only way I'd do it is if you can get Nick Saban out of the booth. I don't think Nick Saban's coming out of the booth, by the way, for the record. I don't think he's coming. But Saban was great at Michigan State. He's been in the cold weather. He's been in the Big Ten. Obviously succeeded the highest level at Bama and LSU. Horrible for Miami. But even so, those other 2 programs he turned around and were great. I just don't see where you get better. So in the comments, guys, let me know, like, if you were to fire James Franklin, who the fuck are you going to put there? Because I don't know who you put there. I really don't know. Also, the refs, and also people saying, oh, the refs were not on our side. I saw this on Twitter yesterday. It's like the 2 calls that were massive were the holding call that Drew Aller saw that was a holding call, like the moment the play happened. The flag came out quickly, obviously. And then the PI, now listen, Drew Aller threw a horrible pass, but that was pass interference without question. You can't tell me it isn't. If you just look up the fucking video and watch it if you didn't, but that was obviously pass interference. Oh, and by the way, I forgot who the corner was who fell down and let Notre Dame tie the game up, but that dude should be excommunicated from the program. He should be gone. That was ridiculous. He doesn't fall down. Maybe it's a little different. Who knows? There's a lot of stuff, but this just feels like, James Franklin feels snake bitten. Drew Aller definitely feels snake bitten. He gave his game away, and I don't really know. I don't know what you do. I'm dead size a Penn State fan. If you told me in the beginning of the season we'd make it to the Final Four, I'd actually be pretty fired up about that. But then you see we played SMU and we killed them, and we played Boise State. We were supposed to beat them, and then the one team that's like a 1.5 point spread, 2.5 point spread, you you lose in this heartbreaking fashion when we were definitely the better team. I mean, we had better personnel. We had better players. I think Drew Aller's better than even Riley Leonard as far as throwing the ball, and that's saying something because Drew Aller fucking blows. I just don't really see it, man. It really blows my mind. But the game's over with. And honestly, it's one of those things where I'm actually kind of happy I don't have to watch Penn State blow it against Ohio State or Texas. The next one, but it is what it is. But let's get to the picks here, guys. So this is a pick show. We're going to go over the picks here, but I mean, man, I'm still bummed about Penn State, man. I am hurting right now. Holy shit. But next, guys, let's jump into the plays here today. I'm going to give you a pick for Ohio State and Texas. I'm going with the total here today. I like the under 53.5. First off, gets over the key football number of 52.5, which is a big deal. And these are two of the top-rated defenses in the entire country. Both have great defensive lines, great linebackers. For the most part, a really, really solid secondary, specifically Caleb Downs, Ohio State, who is awesome. And they're also two of the most expensive defenses as well. I mean, the NIL money that's going to them is absolutely crazy. And both these guys have great skill guys and weapons, but the big thing about both of these teams, Ohio State and Texas, is that their offensive line is a bit flaky. It should be good, but it's still flaky, and there's games where they just don't perform well. I think the defensive lines really come to play in this one, and they dominate up front for both sides. Plus, I mean, again, with this team, I think Ohio State is a great offensive team, obviously with Jeremiah Smith and Buka and all these guys. The running backs that they have, and Judkins and Trayvon Henderson. But I just think that this is going to be a defensive matchup. And Oregon made Ohio State look a lot better than they are. And same thing with Tennessee. Because Oregon was rusty, and Tennessee hadn't been in the cold in I don't know how long. Now we're in the Cotton Bowl. It's in the South. And it's going to be, I think, even matchup here. Neither of these teams are rusty. It's not weather that either team is not used to, which is good. And even though Ohio State is really, really good, and Texas offensively can be really, really good, I think the defense has come ready to play here. So I think the under 53.5, Texas and Ohio State here in this game. Next, I'm going with the under 6.5, San Jose and Utah. I like the under here. Utah has been an under team basically this whole year. San Jose kind of mirrors whoever they play. So I like the under 6.5, San Jose and Utah. And I'm going to go with a little half-unit play. I'm going Minnesota plus 13.5 versus Wisconsin. The public's all over Wisconsin. I like betting against the public, and Minnesota is, they're a better team than what they've shown. I'm not saying they're a great team. I don't think they're going to make the tournament, but 13.5 points, a lot of points. I think they can keep this game to like a 9 to 10 point game here. So give Minnesota here plus 13. I think they're going to keep it close. Wisconsin's played a lot of good teams back to back to back. This could be a letdown spot for them, and Minnesota will be up for this game. So give Minnesota plus 13.5 versus Wisconsin. Now I will be adding NBA plays later. I will be doing that. When I do, I'll post it on the pinned comment below. I'll post it on Twitter. And also our members, you'll obviously have those quickly. And by the way, if you want to earn more money betting on sports, and if we made you guys money in the past, I was up the last week. Yesterday was good. Become a member at zdmbets.com/picks. Website link in the pinned comment below. When you click on the link, there's going to be like what you get as a member. There's a ton that you get as a member, and our members are making a ton of money this football season and honestly year round. So you can become a member there. But guys, go lock in those picks. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. I'll see you all tomorrow.